Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, and I will right off the bat admit to being not 100% at the moment. I have somehow contracted a really bad eye infection, and I can barely see, but I just put some antibiotic drops in and it's kind of given me some relief. So I will kind of get through this as best I can. This is Challenge Accepted, and for Challenge Accepted this month, Shannon and I are playing along with the Scraptember gang, and the Scraptember group on Facebook puts out a, you can do whatever you want. They just want you to get scrapping in the month of September. But there are prompts for every day. And the prompt for the first is stitching. And you all know how much I love stitching. Well, I actually glued the papers down kind of right in the middle so that I could stitch along here with my machine. But my machine is acting up, and I'm not the best at dealing with the changing needles and so on and so forth, and I think that's what I'm going to have to do. So I'm not going to do that for this video. I am going to do faux stitching using my washi tape. This is the world's best washi tape in the history of washi tapes. It came from 49 and Market Spectrum Sherbet. And I'm going to run it around the perimeter, and I will go over that and stitch around the perimeter with my machine later, and it will look like, it won't be rainbow colored like these stitches, but it will look like I'm going to do, change the stitches along there so it looks like, and I'm going to do white thread so that it looks like stitching over top of stitching, like a double row of stitching. So I'm just going to do the washi tape now, and state my intentions, and hope that's enough to satisfy the prompt. Let's get all that smoothed down. I don't want any buckling, and when I haven't put a lot of adhesive down, that can happen. Let me get this straightened back up. It goes up that way. And then we'll do this. And this page is kind of celebrating my good friend Adam. You may know him as Scrappy Adam. He's the owner of the Flair Hut, which is still Dotty About Flair. And he not only hosted me at his home when on my visit to England, and kind of acted as my tour guide and taxi service everywhere, but he's a great friend in that he checks in on me and kind of, he's a good friend. And I have this awesome picture of him. I'm probably going to scrap it again in the part on some pages that I do specifically about the Liverpool trip. But what I've done here, I'm using my one of the page kits from Scrap Backwards. I had some bits of paper that were scraps but had a 12-inch side. So I have done, I just lined them up. I actually had a couple other scrap, you know, that I was gonna use. I just used a small strip of the pink there, and I did use that lovely kite paper that's on the other side. I was gonna include this one, but I didn't have room for it. And so I'll save those for something else. And I'm going to let all of this busyness kind of speak for itself. I used some scraps from the 6x6 pad that I had as as backing, and I'm just going to mount the photo. And I'm doing this for Challenge Accepted, but I'm also doing it for Punched Out Thursday. Punched Out Thursdays to Die For. So I have, as I was assembling my kit supplies, I included some offcuts, stuff that was left when I cut out the whole butterflies from the butterfly paper for Sweet Rush. And there's one I haven't cut. And as I was cutting some, I realized I had the bodies, you know, like the wings, but not enough to use on the page. So I die cut smaller butterflies out of those wings, and I had a scrap of this hot pink paper that I die cut some more, and I had some of this green paper that I cut some. So we'll see. I'll have some fussy cut, mostly whole butterflies like this one that are, you know, identifiable enough as butterflies to be used. And then I'll throw in, I'm not saying I'm going to use everything that's on here, but I'm going to use a lot of stuff. So in the meantime, let me tell you what papers these are. And I'll do that as soon as I've got this done. I'm trying to do 2 or 3 or 7 things at once because I'm reasonably certain that watching me fussy cut butterfly wings is not the most entertaining thing. Okay, so I'll put that in here. Oh my gosh, I spilled it all out. That's okay. It's probably easier to find this way. As I was doing my die cutting, I noticed a die that had some paper still stuck in it, and it left these little bits, and I could use it on the green side or the orange side or one of each, but I thought they were colorful enough to include. So I've got that there. Let's see, what do we have? We have this, this blue paper is from Simply Summer by Renee Looney for Fancy Pants. It's, and it has the schoolhouse script on the other side in yellow. The yellow is from Animal Kingdom by Echo Park, and the reverse side is that beautiful kind of tropical greenery print. The kite paper with the pink other side is Photo Plays Oh What a Beautiful Day, Be Happy. And we have Simple Stories Let's Go, which is the plus sign paper. So those are the papers I've used. And most of my embellishments are coming from, there's this kite that comes from a cut apart sheet that came with the Photo Play collection. Here's the cut apart sheet. It has all these kites and these florals and so forth. But the rest of the embellishments are coming from Sweet Rush. And I figure with a goofy photo, this is Adam. We had just passed the house where, or the church where John and Cynthia Lennon had been married on our tour of Liverpool. And I turned around to take a photo of it, and Adam, who was sitting behind me, photobombed my photo. So I do not have a photo of that church, and so I have to go back to Liverpool and get one. So since this is about how much I appreciate Adam, I'm going to put this, that's going to be my title, this You Are My Sunshine. And I can't tell you how many times he has brightened my spirits when skies were gray, as the song says. And I love that song. It was written by a governor of Louisiana, Jimma Davis. And he was a country singer in addition to being governor of the state of Louisiana. And he's known for, because he had that song, You Are My Sunshine, he was going to give some contracts to some of his cronies to do some highway work, and they ended up building a bridge that basically crossed nothing and went nowhere. And so it's known as the Sunshine Bridge because he had it built. And this was, and everything I'm saying to you, I do not know as a fact. I know from overhearing it when I was much, much younger, as my parents, who were not fans, were talking. So these are their political opinions, not mine. I hate to disparage the reputation of one of my home states' governing fathers, but that was the word on the street. So I'm going to, I want this on here somewhere, and I want the kite kind of flying up in the sky like that. So I can maybe do this here. The gumball machine to me just signifies fun. That's too big to go there. What about this one? This one seems to work. Like I said, I'm going to try to really embellish on this kind of plainer paper. And I'll get that so that the wing, get that situated so the wing doesn't go off the page there. I don't think I'm going to use that piece of ephemera. I would rather have things that have been, let me put a little bit of foam on here. I'm just going to have a wild mix of colors and patterns here, kind of Scrappy Adams style. That's my intent. And it's fun for the whole family. When I do this, I kind of make myself smile. I'm going to kind of stick that back behind there, let that stick up. Let's see, I've got another one of these florals that could go, maybe if I do a cluster up here, that would work. I'll have some embellishments because that pink isn't quite as plain as this blue, but a pattern will show up. So I'll have that there, and I'll try to do something else up there, like maybe put one of these butterflies. all of the butterflies were die cut with from the butterfly set, die set from Bramble Fox. And they're the most amazing dies ever in the history of dies. I'm gonna do that right there. And I'm also going to maybe do like a little orange butterfly with, and you see, I am putting this in here so it will not get lost. I need to be good like that. Okay, little orange butterfly. I'll add it up here in the middle of the pink. And I'm going to do a little green butterfly, which will show up better on the pink. I'll do that. And I have a teal butterfly. All of these butterflies, other than the pink dotty ones, like I said, were cut from the wings of the butterflies that weren't whole enough for me to use. I like this little film strip, and I'm gonna, it's not real, there's not much to it, but I thought it would work to be like a base for a flare. And I'm gonna try to find some fun flare. This one I was gonna do, because that's orange, I thought I might look for an orange flare, and I kind of like that one. But I'm gonna go to another box. That has some really bright colors. And of course it's gonna be, here's the one, that has rainbow mixes. I swear, I swear to you that somebody, some really angry, mean being has decided that all of a sudden I'm old, and there are aches and pains that go with that just absolutely drive me nuts. I love that right there in the middle of all that busyness. It's all these pretty rainbow colors, but in with the fish scale look. So just kind of right there, overlapping that flower in that little upper cluster there. And I might use one of these just right there next to the green, or should I do the orange side next to the green? I like the green, so maybe I'll do it over here. And it's just for a tiny bit of color. And because I had this was the inside of a shape that I die cut probably a year ago. And I'll do the green on the pink, which is its opposite, and then I'll do the orange down here if I can find the other one. and it seems to have taken off. No, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna put it on before I cover things up and don't leave room for it. It's gonna kind of look a little like a big stitch. Okay, now I've got another, well, I wanted to do this, and I want to get another flare to use right up in here. And what should I use? There are so many pretty colored ones. I kind of like this. Does that seems to work there. And I'll keep it handy in case I want to do some more. Because on a page about the Flair King, you want to use a lot of Flair. And I'm going to put it with this side. Just maybe kind of put it at an angle there. And I don't want it, okay, there we go. And now, kind of coming down from there, I'm gonna do this green butterfly. One of these die cuts, this one right here, has the little butterfly wing kind of coming into the butterfly outline. And so this is the inside of that. So it's still usable, you just kind of have to hide the part that the little butterfly was cut out of. So there we go. I'm actually gonna put some foam behind this wing to keep it from, and I'm not even gonna take the backing off the foam. It's meant just to hold the wing up. Now, I have another butterfly wing here, and I do want to use this. Maybe that would be better there. So, let me do, I'm going to pick that. Just get a small, and have some little teeny tiny ones that'll kind of fill this out. Let's see, let me put that there, and this here, and that will kind of raise up the butterfly outline. Get that off. There, we'll go here, and I have kind of abandoned my flare that goes over there. I'm going to take this kind of semi-solid orange base, and I'm going to put a contrasting butterfly on top. There. Let's see. I like this little blue one. And you can't get much more contrasting than that. There. I'm going to kind of cover this edge of the film strip with this flower. So let me put a little bit of foam behind it. Again, cut from a Sweet Rush paper. And I'm going to do something down here. Maybe that needs another flare, or how about a little pink butterfly? These are so cute where they cut the outline and it's still attached to the body. So like that. And I've got this, which could be kind of taking off from there. And why not? It's a good contrast, and the direction makes it look like it's flying in the same direction as the pink one, or flying towards the pink one. So there, and I've got this hot pink one that has the little frame there, and I can put it here, so it all kind of looks like they're headed to join these up there. Let me get that folded up. Whoops, there goes my light. I have another little green one, but I want to do pink ones over here. I still have this blue one that doesn't really, there's not a good place. I could do it here, but I don't think that's that. And the one I fussy cut at the beginning of the video, I'm not going to use. So here's another little tiny pink one. I'm just going to kind of spread this around a little, like spread these tiny ones around kind of like I would sequins or enamel dots, just as accents. I'm going to put a green one down here. And speaking of sequins or enamel dots, I'm going to use both on here just to add to the chaotic colorfulness. That's kind of my thing, right? Chaotic colorfulness. And whoops, that guy's upside down. I'm going to have it pointing a little bit that way. I can hear a little grumbling of thunder outside. Yesterday I got caught at the pool with thunder and lightning. I checked the weather, and in the time that I was supposed to be there, it was nothing but cloudy, but all of a sudden we got some wind and it started raining. I think I'm not going to use the umbrella. It's maybe a little too pastel anyway, so I'll put that aside. And I'm not going to use this little banner tag. The colors are okay, but I can't really fit it into the theme there. I have this little tiny green one that I may put on this flare right there. Okay, sequins. I'm going to find there's a hot pink in there. And what I'm looking for is the really vivid lime green color. And I've got my sequins pretty much all out of order because I was doing, okay, limeade twist. Those are the ones I'm looking for. They're a little bit out of order because of all the sequin design team work I was doing for Spiegelmom Scraps. And I'm just gonna do kind of a trail that looks a little like a butterfly trail, since it's under a butterfly. And I'm using different sizes and types of sequins here, hoping to end with the smallest down there. And then I want to put a few up here at the top. I'm going to try the same sort of thing here, but it'll probably get lost in the midst of all the kites. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. And that's not, the curving around to the trail isn't happening for me with where I put the glue dots. So that should work. And then I have another little tiny one to go right there, and it's kind of far down, so I'm going to put another tiny one. They're the cutest little slices of lime or kiwi. To me, it looks like kiwi fruit, but since it's called Limeade Twist, I'm guessing it's little slices of lime in that mix. It's just so cute. Okay, let me put my pen back, and I know where it is because, as I told you, I put it in that bowl. I'll put that there, and then I'm going to reach for my enamel dots. And first batch I've grabbed have these pretty big yellow ones that might be nice. I'll put one each in the lower and upper clusters. And I also have these orange ones, which I'm going to add in there. Let me do a bright green maybe here. Oh, come now. In that cluster, and then I'm going to go with the big yellow one up here. I'm going to go with I'll do the same thing, the medium-sized, no, I'll do a medium-sized green. Oh, come on. And the small orange. Okay, I think I'm done. I will do some journaling on here, essentially saying a lot of the things that I said about how good a friend Adam is. And I will maybe try to add some real stitching on there, but it may be kind of hard to reach. I might do some in reachable areas like this corner and this corner. But in the meantime, I have fake stitching, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. So thank you for watching, and Adam, you are my sunshine. Thanks a lot. Bye.